Good morning, Pace Pirates. Today is Friday, November 9th, 2018. I'm Sophia Ahmed.
And I'm Ryan Sloboda. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Pace Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We at Pace Players treat everyone with fairness, kindness, and respect.
Hey Ryan, watch out!
What? Oh, touchdown!
Wow, good catch there, Ryan.
Thank you, Sophia. Oh, and speaking of this football, here's College Game Day.
Followed by Gone Fishing.
Good morning, Pace Pirates. Welcome back to Week 11 of Pace College Game Day. I'm Kyle Dixon.
And I'm Jake Allison.
The first exciting matchup is number 2 Clemson at Boston College in the freezing cold weather. For Boston College to put up the upset, their offensive line needs to make openings for their top 5 elite running back. A.J. Dillon, who has an average 5.8 yards per carry this season and is second in the ACC in rushing yards.
Now the way I see it for Clemson, they should use freshman quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who has an average of 65.6 pass completions and only has been sacked 6 times this season.
Game 2 is USF Bulls traveling 907 miles to go against the Cincinnati Bearcats. USF has a dual threat in the backfield named Jordan Concrete, who is 5th in the nation for average yards per carry with 7.18 yards. He leads the Bulls in yards per game with an average of 113 yards. Now, Cincinnati has an elite running back of their own, who is Michael Warren II, who is ranked number 5 for rushing touchdowns.
He has also averaged 5 yards per carry, and he has 10 more touchdowns. And dude, this is going to be a great running back game.
Game 3 is Oklahoma State Cowboys will travel to play the Oklahoma Sooners.
This is the 112th time they have met, but Oklahoma leads the series with 87 wins, 18 losses, and 7 ties.
I think Oklahoma State's defense needs to be on their A game by stating up quarterback Taylor Confrius and their offense. The offense has been very efficient all season, including running back Justice Hill. He has over 815 rushing yards this season.
In Oklahoma's case, they have an elite Heisman candidate of quarterback Kyler Murray, who has over 2,500 yards of passing this season and over 30 passing touchdowns and over 5 rushing touchdowns. And he has been completing 75% of his passes. His biggest target, Marquise Brown, who leads the Sooners in touchdowns and receptions. Now let's introduce our guest picker, Ms. Schaefer.
Welcome aboard, Ms. Schaefer. We're glad you could make it.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Let's get to it. Game 1, Boston College against Clemson Tigers. I'm going for Boston College.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. Go Clemson.
It pains me to say this, but what Clemson did before the state last weekend, I have to go Clemson.
Okay. Game 2, USF versus Cincinnati. I'm going for USF.
Go Bulls.
My brother-in-law went to USF, so I'm going USF.
Alright. Game 3, Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma. I'm going for the Sooners.
Boomer Sooner!
I agree. Sooners have it.
Alright. That's all for this week, Pace College Game Day. Catch you next time.
Go Sooners!
Tonight, the Washington Wizards play against the Orlando Magic at 7 p.m. The Pacers play against the Miami Heat at 8 p.m. The Wizards play against the Heat at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And on Sunday, the Knicks play against the Magic at 7:30 p.m. South Carolina plays against Florida at 12 p.m. UCF against Navy at 12 p.m. And Miami, Florida against Georgia Tech at 7 p.m. The player to watch this week is senior Notre Dame quarterback Brandon Wimbush, who will be starting in place for injured quarterback Ian Book and last year had 1,870 passing yards with 16 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Florida State against Notre Dame at 7:30 p.m. and Boston College against Clemson at 8 p.m. NFL Week 10 starts with the Bengals playing against the Saints at 1 p.m. The Jacksonville Jaguars against the Colts at 1 p.m. The Redskins against the Buccaneers at 1 p.m. The Packers against the Dolphins at 4:25 p.m. And the Rams against the Seahawks at 4:25 p.m. The player to watch this week is undrafted San Francisco 49ers quarterback Nick Mullins, who went to college at Southern Mississippi, and last week in his first start in a blowout win against the Raiders was 16 for 22, had 262 yards with 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The 49ers against the Giants on Monday at 8:15 p.m.
Hello folks, this is my segment, Gone Fishing, and this segment I'm going to be talking about lures, rigs, and baits, and also other fishing as well. The rig of the week is a pompano rig. A pompano rig catches whiting, sharks, ladyfish, catfish, bluefish, and other species. Also, there has to be a weight on the rig. Also, like a pompano. The best bait to use with the pompano rig is shrimp. Oceans are the best place to use pompano rig. Any questions? Email me at emilykasavage@pacebrantley.org. Gone fishing!
Students who are interested in tomorrow's blood drive from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., please come and support.
Lastly, here are the White Dove Award winners' quote of the day.
And birthdays!
As knowledge increases, wonder deepens. Charles Morgan.
Happy birthday!
In honor of Mrs. Klein's birthday, I would like to share a pun for you. You ready, Sophia?
I think I am.
Okay. What do you call a number that can't keep still?
I don't know.
Alright, it is a Roman numeral. Hope you have an amazing one.
That's all for today's show, Pace Pirates.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Bye.